assalamu alaikum, jianum, pakhairagale, ni hao, chunashume, washmale, Ohio Gonzaimas, Guten Morgen, Ola, Bonjour, Privyet, Kaifahal, Hale Shama Chatore, Ahlan Wasalan, Marhaba, and a very amazing good morning to everybody who's tuned into PTV World and watching World this morning on a blessed Thursday morning alongside Shiza and Shazad Khan. Hello Shiza, how are you today?
I'm good, how are you? Good morning and assalamu alaikum to everyone who's watching. Welcome to World this morning. We missed you yesterday on the show, by the way.
Well, I'm very sorry, and I always wanted to do this. That this was the very first time ever that I actually did that, because what happened was that there are quite a lot of kids at my place, and it's summer vacation, so
Right.
my bed space actually got booked by another kid
Oh.
as well. So I actually had to look for another place to sleep,
Oh.
and the place where I slept, my parents couldn't find me, and so I just kept on sleeping. And by the time I woke up, it was 9:30, and I was like, oh my God, I missed the show.
Well, we missed you, but we sort of managed.
Mashallah. Oh no, since I was up by 9:30, so I kind of got the chance to
You
watch
did?
the rest of the show.
Okay.
It was great, it was fabulous,
you.
and I always wanted to be a part of this show as well because it was karate and yoga and everything.
Yeah.
But it's perfectly all
Just the
right.
day before we were talking about it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so, well, fortunately or unfortunately, it was a holiday for you. So how did you spend it?
Well, I just then followed my dream, and that was that I just kept on sleeping.
Sleeping?
So I was
Oh,
like,
I
okay,
guess
I
that.
might just get it back. But we have got an important announcement to make first things first, and that is that since we are a team, so we always enjoy, or we are probably a part of everybody's happiness, or whether it's not happiness. So today, one of our producers, Mr. Jamshed Sultan's birthday is today. I don't know whether you should be happy on your birthday because it's a year lesser in
But
your
we
life.
are happy for you.
Yeah, but we are happy for you, so we're going to sing you a song. Can we do that? Okay,
Yes, let's
one,
all of us
two,
sing for him.
three, go.
Happy
Happy birthday to
birthday
you.
to
Happy
you.
birthday to you. May you have many
many
more.
more.
Dear Jamshed Sultan, stay blessed.
Happy birthday.
So happy birthday. But now let's get the show started, ladies and gentlemen. There are a few things, public service messages
Yes,
that we
of
thought
course.
of. Shiza, why don't you go first?
Before moving on to the latest pick of the hour, I want to say, do not be a keyboard bully.
Alright.
For those who don't know what that means, well, in today's world, you all have access to internet, all sorts of internet platforms, social media platforms, and you can like, comment, share, or even stalk your favorite accounts.
Yeah.
But that does not give you the right to say something bad about someone or criticize someone. Of course, naturally, you won't like anything about someone. If you don't, do not tell them that you don't. Please try to be a positive person, because there are a lot of haters out there in the world.
Exactly.
Do not be one of them. Do not put out a negative energy in the world.
I think I can even relate to that. So, when I was on vacations last month, so I'm very fond of exotic cars, and I was
Okay.
driving a few of them. So there was this one particular guy who used to always watch the video and then comment, "Aapka to dil karta hoga na ye gaadi aapki hai. Aapka ye dil karta hoga." I mean, why,
Right,
man? There's so many
yeah.
other things out there. You could have actually said
Exactly. Say
that,
something
I like the
nice.
color of the car or whatnot. But, they won't do that. But there's one more thing which I want people to realize, and that is that everything which is available on internet is not really true. Please make sure that you do your own research. Because I've even seen, because we as Pakistanis are
Yeah.
in habit of, having a conversation with some
Right.
political inclination.
Exactly,
And
true.
so all of the posts which are being shared on internet, we are very decisive of them. But right now, let's take a look at what's happening inside and outside Pakistan, because today the news updates we've got are from Pakistan, or probably by somebody who is from Brazil but in Pakistan now.
True.
Let's take a look.
Positive Pakistan picture competition held on Twitter, in which a large number of Pakistanis participated in the competition. 4,433 pictures of positive Pakistan were posted. Patriotic Pakistanis expressed country's love through these pictures.
Wow.
Quite an expression.
Yeah, I love this initiative. Moving on, we're in a bid to showcase the rising economic prospects of Pakistan. A private investment group has launched Prosperous Pakistan campaign on London's iconic red double-decker buses to project Pakistan's position as an important and emerging player in the world economy. Indeed. Wow. But why in London, man? I mean, somewhere else can even be helpful.
You have to start from somewhere at least.
Yeah.
London works for
I
now.
think that's my rule of life. Start somewhere.
Well, thousands of miles distance between Pakistan and Brazil could not become a hurdle in bringing two people closer and commit to spend their lives together. It's a true love story that compelled Brazilian woman Yasindra to leave her country, embrace Islam, and marry with a Pakistani man called Asif.
So all the best, but I hope that she does not really actually have to go through all the chores which your mother-in-law makes you do.
Oh,
But
right,
because
exactly.
it's not a very Brazilian thing; it's a Pakistani thing.
It is.
So best of luck to Yasindra and Asif as well. So we certainly do not know what her Muslim name is, but it's perfectly all right. When
We're
there's
happy for
love,
them.
when there's love, there are no boundaries.
It's exactly,
That's what
true.
it is. So what are we talking about today now?
Well, something very interesting as usual. I know we always say that the show is very exciting and interesting, but
We
this
have
one
to.
actually is. No, it is.
All right.
So, well, we are talking about how some people from the general public are using different social media platforms to, first of all, establish a huge mass following, and then establish their credibility, and then have the power to make an opinion, form a biases, and then persuade people about something.
Okay, so nutshelling it, I think that we are going to talk about blogging.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what it is? And it's not
Yes.
just blogging, it's blogging, and there are different types as well. And I'm
Yes.
mesmerized to a high that, since we've got all these bloggers over here in the studio, they're very young, they're very enthusiastic, and I love the fact that everybody's on time early in the morning.
True.
So let's just get the show started, ladies and gentlemen. On my right-hand side, we have been joined by someone, well, okay, the introduction needs to be very interesting because Shiza over here happens to be her partner in the whatever blog they're running, but we're going to do the introductions. On my right-hand side, we have been joined by somebody who's actually representing Curls and Curves. She's a blogger. She blogs about lifestyle. She's none other than Miss Fatima Mahmood. Hello, assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Thank you for
I'm
being
good.
on the
How
show.
are you? I'm very glad to be here.
Walaikum assalam. Amazing that is. And alongside Miss Fatima, we've been joined by somebody who blogs about lifestyle, influences, and motivational blogger, focusing on spreading ideas about positive thinking and starting with yourself. She is none other than Miss Hamna Raza. Hello, how are you? Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. I'm good.
Thank you
so
very much for
having
joining us.
me.
And alongside Miss Hamna, we've been joined by, so their blog's name is Her and Him, and she is Himayal Atiq, and they blog about everything. Wow, hello, how are you? Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. How are you?
Thank you very much for joining us. And there's something which I've been saying quite a lot, that it takes a lot of energy for me to introduce the guest. So, hello, how are you? Walaikum salam, I'm fine.
Oh, I felt that yesterday, but all cool, all cool.
All right, last but not the least, she's related to Himayal and she's her sister as well. They run the blog together and she's none other than Miss Hira Atiq. Hello, Hira, how are you? Can you hear?
I'm good. How are you?
Absolutely perfect. Thank you very much for joining us.
Enthusiastic enough?
Yes, it was better than.
All right, so let's get the conversation started. So, Fatma, you first. How did
Something-
you
yeah.
how did you come across an idea where you thought that, okay, I'm going to be a blogger, and then how did you guys meet?
And yeah, what was
Okay.
your inspiration? Oh, yeah,
Okay,
how did we meet?
It's a long story,
Long story
beginning
short.
from our childhood when we first met, but we didn't really know each other. And then
Right.
we met in our university, and somehow we became friends.
Wow, that's cool.
We've
Yeah,
been
and
roommates for
we've
like
been-
5 straight years.
All right.
Yeah, so we've been together for 5 years now.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we started our blog last year in December. Yeah, so we're beginners, sort of. We're getting there.
So, what was
And-
your inspiration to start the blog?
Okay, talking about inspiration, I think when I talk about myself, I had friends in my circle. I had my family. I had 3 sisters.
Wow.
So I had people come up to me, ask me about how do I do my makeup, how do I style myself. So how do you manage your petite? How do you look? You
Yeah.
manage to look, okay, you don't look that petite. So I did guide a few friends, and maybe I was the inspiration for my sisters. So that's when I thought, why not do it, why not go big with that?
Yeah.
Because I already have people who come up to me and ask me, so let's help them.
Wow.
So
Okay.
Shiza,
Welcome. Yeah, sure.
so Shiza was basically the push in our blog.
And your friend's not letting you talk,
Because
so-
there are a lot of people I want to include everyone in this.
all right,
Alright.
let's move on to Hamna now. So Hamna, the question is same for you. Who inspired you? How did you start it? And at what point of blogging are you right now?
The funny thing about my blog is that when I started blogging, I didn't even know it was blogging. So
Okay.
it basically started with the purpose, and then the label of a blog came later. It started with Snapchat, where I used to talk to people about things that I personally felt strongly about and
Okay.
ideas that I personally wanted to spread.
For example, this is interesting.
For example, at that time, I was basically in my 3rd year of university.
Okay.
And so it could be anything. So anything that I learned from my daily life, I wanted to, spread
Share
that
with the general
around.
public.
Because I was at that time, very extremely bothered by the amount of negativity that I found on social media,
And
and
which
I
university
wanted,
did
and
you go to?
I went to LMDC.
Oh, she's a doctor.
Oh wow!
I'm a dentist,
That's
yes.
great. So every time everybody had an infection in their teeth, so you probably on your Snapchat saying, oh
No, it was more.
That's what you need to
It was
do.
more along the lines of
Alright.
daily life
That
things
was
that
on a light note.
yeah, I know that more people can relate to. So I would just because I saw a lot of people were talking about the problems, but nobody was talking about solutions. And even if they were, then they were talking about how other people need to implement those solutions. Nobody was talking about starting with themselves. So the idea of my blog was to talk about how you can start with yourselves to make a change.
Wow.
Then it turns out that's what blogging is, and then usko maine zara, I gave it shape and form and formalized it.
Amazing. That's amazing. So now let's move on to Hira and Himal. So whoever wants to speak, go ahead. In fact, I'm looking forward to them arguing to each other as well. Oh no, this is what it is, and this is what, and this is what sisters do as well. Go ahead.
Okay, we're not going to do that. We're not
It's
going to.
perfectly all right.
But we started. When did we start? We started in 2015. It was in November 2015. It was basically like, it's the same thing what Fatma said. I don't want to be repetitive, but people ask you a lot of things every single day. There used to be a platform called Ask.fm where people could ask you questions.
Anonymously, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of questions were like, you dress up well, so how do you do this? How do you do that? So Hamal was like, why don't we just write it down in one place where everybody can read it rather than just replying to everybody separately.
Yeah.
So she was the positive one, and I was like, nahi, koi nahi padega.
She's always been that person who's like, कि कौन पढ़ेगा, कौन देखेगा? Nobody is going to look at us.
Right.
Nobody is going to read this. But then I had to literally push her for 2 years, and then we started a blog.
Also, you guys are the pioneers of blogging in Islamabad, right? I mean, I know for a fact that a few years back I came across your blog and it was in a very beginning stages, okay? And it took you guys a long time to be where you are today. You're one of the top bloggers of Pakistan. So how was it? How do you feel being a pioneer?
I wouldn't call myself a pioneer, but I do know that we had to carve our ways through it. Like whenever I spoke to people about how we're influencing people or how we're blogging, they wouldn't understand. But now that they look at our
I
work,
think that is because blogs were already there, but influencers weren't.
Right.
Blogging at that time was all about posting PR content, and even now, so many people argue every single day that, oh my God, no, you're not a blogger because you don't write,
You're just
which
an
I actually
Instagram
do.
model.
Okay.
You're just an Instagram model. I was like, posting your pictures does not make you a model. There's like a caption to it.
No, but
There's
that's
a
what
story to
Instagram
it.
is for. You post your pictures, right?
Yeah, but then there are
okay.
captions to it and there are links to it which go to your blog. So
Yeah.
you're writing. It's blogging. That's what it is.
Okay.
Wow, that's just cool. And don't worry about people. They say whatever they want to say.
Exactly.
But now I've got another interesting question, and that is that since we've got all women over here, they're blogging, and I love the fact that women are stepping up in the game as well. But the first few women to step up in their game were the Kardashians as well.
Yeah.
So talking about beauty tapes, clothes, whatever, even the whey proteins and whatnot. So it's all being published onto their Instagram pages, Twitter, whatnot. Have you taken something away from them that this is how they increase their reach, this is how they relate to people?
What I personally, I know there are a lot of haters for Kardashians, but what I personally believe is that they all have one talent that literally no one can beat, and that's marketing.
Yeah.
They know how to market literally everything. They have one product, and it goes literally in seconds. It
Imagine
goes
their
out of
father
stock,
just
right?
for marketing turned into their mother, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
that's
They're-
Oh, but
Horrendous
that's a
or
totally
hilarious
different
side.
issue. He had issues like years ago. I'm going to talk to you about this after this show, by the way.
And talking about their mom, Kris Jenner, she is a great manager and she's a great marketer. So
I
if you
love how
want,
this is so Kardashian oriented.
so I think if I've taken one thing away from them, that's how to market yourself,
Wow.
how to sell your product.
My next question is actually in line with that. When you have a very large audience, you automatically become a market for brands. So have you ever turned down a brand? Because obviously a lot of brands contact all of you guys. So is it okay to turn them down, or do you just say yes to all of them? Is there a standard that you have said that yes, you're going to work with such persons and we're not going to work with certain people?
I've turned down multiple people, and it's not like I feel like this brand is not worth it maybe, but I feel like when you own a blog, it's really about what you're about, because people are following you and you have a credibility in certain areas.
Yes.
So there are a lot of people that I won't work with because it goes against my diet. And I personally believe that you will only look good talking about something, or people will only trust you about something when it's when they feel like it's you. So the only time I don't work with somebody when I feel like it's not really me. So I won't feel like, you know, if somebody else is working with them, so that's, oh, why, matlab, wo iske saath kyun kaam kare? It's not that. Maybe, you know, it suits them, but
Right.
it doesn't necessarily have to suit me.
Okay, that's just great. So that's why I'm going to move on to you as well. And now what happens is that, you know, I go to quite a lot of other events as well where we have to host, but these days, you know, it's the need of the hour, you know, that's what we call it, that we need to have bloggers on venue, you know, they're going to post about the event and, you know, they're going to make it look good. And this is how it is.
Yeah, true.
How many times does it happen that the event wasn't really very successful, but the blogs actually helped it to be successful? And how many times have you done it too as well?
All of the time. I have never. I'll be honest. When you personally attend an event, then it's worth it because you actually make friends there, and you know people too. It's the same thing. People think it's very glamorous. It's not. It's not. It's not. But I think the only time we made it look glamorous is when you're not attending an event, and then you have, because it's a friend's event or something, so you have to post about that event. But actually, in my case, it's that whenever I'm at an event, I don't actually get to enjoy that event. We're not. It's looking all good. You're always on your phone. Yeah, exactly.
Because it's work, basically.
Yeah,
right?
it's work,
Yeah,
and
it's
people
work.
don't understand. People are like, I wish मैं तुम्हारे जैसी होती, मैं ये कर रही होती, मैं ये कर रही
People
होती.
think you're just having fun.
Exactly.
I mean, my
You have
family
a very
thinks the same way as
luxurious
well.
life. It's not that way.
No, oh, so, okay, even if it's not, then how are we, you know, trying to be true to our passion or blogging?
Because that is what we love to do.
Oh, that's what you love to do, but that's what not, you know, people want. People want the truth out of whatever you
No,
write.
I tell you one thing. Don't you love your job?
I do, and I'm just-
But sometimes when you're at work, you're not feeling it. It's human
So you
nature.
just have to do it, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, tick the box.
It's work.
Wow, that's just great. Amazing.
Okay, so
I'm learning so much.
starting with Fatma, what are some of your favorite social media platforms? The most you use, and which do you think are the most effective ones? I'm going to come to you, all of you. By
I think talking about Pakistan's frame, currently Instagram is the hit.
Really?
And
Okay.
YouTube, I think YouTube, people are more being inclusive about YouTube, but still it's a long way to go. YouTube, not
Okay.
everyone uses YouTube in Pakistan,
Okay.
but Instagram, I think when you come to blogging, and especially when it's about beauty and makeup,
Yeah.
Instagram is the more hit platform.
Okay, so
Facebook
Instagram
does-
for curls and curves.
Yes.
Okay, for Hamna?
Definitely Instagram as well. I mean, I think, and I feel it's because it's very, the entire experience for a user, it's very simple. So even for the viewer and
user-friendly,
even
right.
for even for the one who's, you know, posting work on it. So I feel like that is the reason कि वो सबके लिए आसान था and everybody just, you know.
And then I guess you've got so many options with the filters too as well. So you were like,
Yes,
okay,
that
why
is
not
important.
Instagram?
It's just easy basically. So,
It is so convenient.
Yeah.
You know, they have lately introduced Insta TV, right?
Right.
So do you think that is going to kill the vibe of YouTube because you're getting everything under one app?
No, I don't think so because see, IGTV is like TV. So when you turn it on, something is already playing, and you know you can switch channels.
Okay.
And you can't really. And so it's not something that you will go specifically to look for something. People go to YouTube how to use a
right,
microwave
right,
maybe,
yeah.
but people are not going to look for that on IGTV.
Oh, okay,
So
makes
there is
sense.
that difference that is clearly between the two channels. But for I think influencers and content creators generally, I think they just have another option.
All right, and with that, what we're going to do is, before we move on to Hira and Himal, we've got a small clip which we have picked up from Hamna's vlog. So we're going to share that with you people. Let's go ahead and let's take a look. This is how we put people to test. Let's do it.
वैसे मैं हर दफ़ा ये कहती हूँ लेकिन चलो खैर है आज भी मैं एक चीज़ मुख्तलिफ करने जा रही हूँ I usually talk about like very serious normal things happy thing today I'm going to talk about something that is not so happy but you know just to be on a lighter note today I'm going to talk about दरवाज़ा बंद कर दें today I'm going to talk about मुज़म्मिल today I'm going to tell you about all the things that annoy me दरवाज़ा बंद कर दें
दरवाजा नहीं बंद कर रहे हम
Well,
यार.
this was the candid Hamna that we see. I think that is what your blog is about, right? Being candid, being yourself in front of the camera. Okay, so how do you? But do you want to ask Hira Himal what their favorite platform is? By the way,
Yeah,
before we-
exactly. Let's do that first.
Okay, for me, it's YouTube because I like speaking more and I like talking to people. So I don't like talking to the camera. I'm very shy in front of the camera. But still, मुझे YouTube ज़्यादा पसंद है.
Wow.
बनस्बत
What about you?
everything else. I choose Instagram because
Instagram is I think people are actually generally more supportive on Instagram rather than YouTube. I think our society is not used to YouTube right
Because
now.
on Instagram, it's your choice whether to comment, but a single like would do,
Yeah,
So, if
true.
you're scrolling, tuck, 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 it's all done.
No, but the
Right.
thing is, Instagram you can go and view somebody's profile ना, तो वो सोच के बोलते हैं. YouTube पे you can't see that, so they're just
Exactly.
like no.
Exactly,
We're
and
not
even
taking
other than that, there's one thing, and that is that so likes are just like, for example, if you're going to scratch my back, I will scratch your back too as well. So,
Like for like.
Yeah,
Yes.
like for like and all that. And people these days, because we have this newer trend of like farming as well, people want these fake, I don't know what, and then they pay other people to get some more likes as well. Please don't do that. I mean, have some own class to your own self as well. So we've got one more clip for you guys as well, which we'll be sharing. I don't know which one it is, but let's keep our
take a look.
fingers crossed. Let's do it.
So today's video is a highly requested one. आप लोगों को याद होगा कि हम दोनों ने अपनी profiles पे pictures post करके पूछा था कि आपको कौन सी videos चाहिए, and the most requested one was a hair care routine video. So first things first, our hair is undone. I just took a bath, but I think you took a bath yesterday. Yeah, and this is how our hair looks like. Yeah, we decided to do this video with our hair undone so that you guys actually know how our hair looks like, and you can see the difference. के वो products use करके and without using them क्या और एक और बात, मुझे पता है कि आप लोग बहुत ज़्यादा पूछते हैं, मुझे पता है कि इस वीडियो में भी पूछेंगे कि हमारा हेयर कलर क्या है. Guys, I've told this thing so many times. मैंने पीछ ली, मैंने इतनी बार हिरा ने बोला कि मुझे बोला ही नहीं जाना. मैंने पिछली वीडियो में भी आप लोगों को बताया था हेयर केयर वाली में कि हर बंदे के बाल का कलर.
Amazing that is. I mean, obviously, I never got my hair dyed, but for people out there who did, they might know what they were talking about.
No, but actually a lot of people, hundreds of thousands of people question you daily about your hair color. I understand what the struggle is.
Yeah, even they do ask me, but I haven't really dyed.
You haven't?
All right, so I'm just thankful I still have hair. All right, but now, so there's quite a lot of preparation. For example, for the show, we have these things. We sit down, we discuss and whatnot. So first things first, since you are all women, so you have to get ready, makeup and everything. So how many times it's very challenging in between sisters when the sisters are a duo and you guys are working together. So is there like a constant struggle to look better than each other, or what happens?
Okay, the struggle is not to look better than each other, but the struggle is there to coordinate everything. We have to look, we can't just put a picture out there. If, for example, we have to put a picture out there or for an outfit or for a product, we can't just put it out there like that.
Okay.
We have to look for a location, we have to look for what to wear, how to do our hair, everything
So a lot of
has to
thought
be
goes
planned.
into one post.
Exactly,
Wow.
everything has to be
Okay.
planned.
Wow.
But at
Go
least
to
it's like
weeks
living the
लगते हैं.
life, You want to get ready, you want to have some good
But it's
pictures.
fun, you're doing what you like
Yeah,
to do.
exactly. That's what it is. So, and in terms of research, for example, you guys were talking about hair. So, what kind of research is required? Because then people do challenge whatever you're saying.
First thing about blogging is that you actually use those products, so you have your experience there.
Alright.
Other than that, we are working with brands. We work with a hair brand. We do their PR. It's Cune Pakistan. So we've been with the hair professionals, so we get all
A
the
lot
hair.
of
I mean, I know so
education
much
or-
about hair, जो मैंने कभी सोचा भी नहीं था कि मुझे पता होगा.
You've learned
Wow.
over the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, there was one time where we were doing some activities, and I was like, Aman, I kind of think I can color people's hair now as
Wow.
well properly.
Oh, this is
Okay.
cool. Hamna, what about you? But I don't think that you have to prepare. Oh, दरवाजा बंद कर दे, पानी तो ला दो यार, ये पंखा तो तेज कर दो.
Darwaza Ban Kar De was one of the things that annoys you, right?
Yes, when people leave the door open. So I don't do a lot of fashion blogging. So that's why I don't really have to worry about what I'm wearing and location and shoots and stuff. Most of my pictures are just from
Your daily life.
my daily life. So I'm dressed up and I'm going out, I'll get a picture because I'm more into lifestyle blogging, and since I don't talk about fashion, so I don't have that sort of pressure.
Okay, so do you upload like a normal phone camera picture, or it has to be from a DSLR?
It has to be from a DSLR because I've come to this point, like I'm
Okay, so
very,
everything
very
needs to be
picky
professional.
about the quality of content that goes on my
Very nice.
blog.
So, since you have when you have a public account, you're sort of giving the permission to the general public to talk about you. That is what blogging is. Not actually, blogging is about this, but you're sort of giving them the permission to do this. So you get all sort of criticism. How do you deal with that? And does that break you down at some point that, oh my God, what am I listening to?
Okay, first of all, you don't really give them the right to talk negative
but
about
it's
you. You
open.
give them the right to, you know, look at you, to
support
talk
you,
to
yes.
you. Exactly. So,
But some people choose to be negative.
yes, but when you, you know, when you decide to go public, I think first thing that you need to learn is how to be patient and how to be tolerant toward negative criticism. Because there are people who are going to give you constructive criticism, but a lot of people are going to shut you down for things that you didn't even think were there in you. So I think the first thing is to be patient and to take the negativity and turn it into something that pushes you forward to do something better.
Okay,
So, you know, that
sounds
you can
good.
shut them down.
Yeah, and that's such a nice thing to say as well, and that's the way forward as well. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head out for a small break. Don't go anywhere because we'll be right back. There's one change which we need to do, and then we'll be playing a game too as well. Good morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for everybody who just got tuned into PTV World. You watching World this morning alongside Chiza and Shazad. Today we are talking about blogging, and we've been joined by quite a lot of young bloggers over here in the studios, and we're having quite a great time.
So a little change that we made during the break was we switched Himayal from Hair and Hem, and we switched her with Hafsa Bilal. Welcome to the show, Hafsa.
Assalamualaikum.
Hafsa happens to be, Hafsa claims to be the youngest beauty blogger and makeup blogger of Pakistan. And you started at the age of what?
16.
Oh, you were 16 when you started
Yeah.
the blog. That's nice. And you are how old now?
18.
Wow, 2 years
Thank
down
God
the
I
line.
never had
years.
to ask this question. Thank God.
No, it's safe with girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, 2 years down the lane. So,
Yeah.
how has your journey been being the youngest makeup artist? And are you self-taught?
Yes, I'm self-taught. I started at 16
Okay.
and I wanted to learn makeup. So I didn't know how to learn makeup. So YouTube was the platform where I learned.
Okay.
And then, you know, I wanted to share my tips and tricks as I was a self-taught. So I started with YouTube and ab 2 saal ho gaye, you know.
Oh, so
I'm
you have a
doing
YouTube channel now?
Yeah.
Okay, what was your inspiration that actually at such a young age you thought, you know what, I am going to be a blogger?
My inspiration was basically my mom.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
I always saw her doing makeup and she was so good at it.
Wow, that's great.
So I wanted to learn, then I started.
That's so sweet,
Okay, but
isn't it?
there's this thing which I need to ask, and that is that, for example, this is how it works for me. that, you know, if I know that within a certain market segment the competition is too high, I would rather pick up for another option, or, you know, I'll think about a different idea, trying to be outside the box. Now, when we talk about makeup, fashion, lifestyle, there are too many people all across the globe who are blogging. And when we talk about blogging, you know, so it's a global market. You just do not stick to one geographic location.
Right.
So why did you even pick up on makeup when there were so many other people doing makeup and lifestyle and whatnot?
Yeah, I wanted to tell people that age doesn't matters, you know. I was 16 when I started and लोग कहते थे कि आप इतनी छोटी हो और इतनी छोटी एज में आप इतना अच्छा मेकअप कैसे कर लेती हो. So this is what I tell in my blog as well, that age doesn't matter if you are focused and if you have passion. So yeah.
But that's true, you know, focus and determination actually matters no matter what age
But you need to have your own unique selling point. So here are what, for example, if I am to ask you, you know, him and her, what's your unique selling point? Yeah.
I think the thing that people liked the most about our blog was that we were two sisters and we were sharing our story, and everything that we put out on the internet, it's about us together.
Yeah.
That's how we started Her and Him.
Yeah, okay. And what is your unique selling point? I mean, I know, just tell it to the people who don't know.
Yeah, so I think I mentioned earlier that our blog is literally about including people, and, you know, it's not about the elite life, it's about the general daily life, right? So because we are like two partners and we portray different body types, skin tones and different hair.
Like it, partners telling each other what we do.
Yeah. So basically it was just, you know, catering to different body types and different people and guiding them on styling tips,
so you're
on
not
makeup.
restricting fashion to a certain body type. You're
Exactly.
actually including all of them. You know what? You can be a fashionable person.
Exactly. If you're petite, you can wear this. If you're bulky, you can, you know, you can somehow wear this
thank
color.
you for pointing
exactly.
towards me. All right, believe it. Now what we're
Something
going to
very
do
exciting lined up for you guys.
All right, so now guys, what we're going to do is, you might be aware of this game, Never Have I Ever, and Shiza came up with the idea and was like, wow, fabulous, and she made the calls herself too as well. So there's quite a lot of hard work putting down the line, so let's do it. So let us just give it to them. And then we've got some fun questions which were being provided to us. Well, Shiza thought a few of hers, but then, you know, our interns actually did a great job on that one as well. And we will try to share.
They're young and talented and very more excited than we are.
All right, so go ahead. Let's do that. And first of all, the oath-taking ceremony. So whatever you guys are going to say, make sure that it's going to be true. Oath-taking. So whatever I'm going to say, it will be true. All right, let's do that. Go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, let's go, you know, very basic and easy in the beginning. Never, you know how to do the tick and cross, right? Okay, never have I ever lied in a blog post.
In a blog post?
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Guilty, Hafsa and Fatma are guilty. When did you, hello, hey.
Okay, not about talking about the products, but
thank you.
you know, just for the caption when you go like, oh, we've been super occupied, but in really you're just lazy.
That's true.
So that's the kind of lie I'm telling.
Okay,
right.
and Hafsa?
Yeah, exactly the same.
Okay.
All right.
Does that even count as a lie? But yes, it does. Do not lie in your blog
Okay, I'm
post.
sorry, my questions are very different, but never have I ever sang a horrible song while taking a shower.
I mean, even I'm guilty to that.
All right.
No, wait. If we've done it, then we...
Yeah. Okay, so why? But why would you do that? Why a horrible song? You could have picked up a good song.
Just because it's fun, maybe.
And then you did you get that hint as well? All right, you know, that was really a bad song. Did that happen? Or somebody else knocked their own, what's going on?
Did you ever think, you know what, let's never sing again?
No, I like singing still.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, never have I ever Googled myself or my blog.
Oh, wow. I need to have one as well, man.
Googled myself.
You all have? I think
Okay.
I mean, I do too as well. You need to
You
know
are a
what
star.
you're doing. No,
You are
well,
a star, of
everybody
course
is.
you
All right, moving on. Never have I ever wore my sister's clothes.
Oh, all the time. All the time.
Well, you don't have a sister?
I have my sister's young.
Oh, but they're too young. Oh, very nice. And how many times did you fight even as well? Oh, come on, I was supposed to wear this one today.
I'm already wearing her shoes. I don't know what to say.
What about you?
I don't give my clothes to her, but she does.
All right.
And are you very sharing?
Talking about sisters, I don't really have sisters here in Pakistan, so basically we share clothes.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's good.
Okay, never have I ever followed or admired a Kardashian. kill. No, you haven't.
दरवाजा बंद कर दो यार.
The
Honestly.
thing is that recent times I was never a reality TV person.
Okay.
So in recent times, you know, jab all the other blogs have covered and wo, so now in recent times I've started to, you know, get into wo. But generally I've heard from people ke unka bhi ye scene hai, unka bhi ye scene hai. I've
So you're
never
never
really watched the
interested?
show.
Oh.
But I'm definitely interested, but I haven't come to this point where I admire them
Okay,
yet.
makes sense. Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
so
Okay, so this one's very basic. I mean, I think it was very relatable to boys, but let's see whether this kind of thing happened or not. So never have I ever got beaten by my dad or friends. Well, I got beaten quite a lot by my dad.
by who?
By?
By my father or by my friends.
I think everyone has.
No.
I actually had to get through that.
Really? You guys? What? Okay, moms usually beat
Okay,
dads.
moms
not the
Yes,
Probably-
definitely.
Huh.
I've been beaten by
And
my
all
mom.
of a sudden everybody said, yeah,
Everybody
mom.
turned.
I guess
Except
I'm the
for
winner.
What? Because you're the
I
youngest.
was the
You have
youngest,
the
so I
edge.
never really got a beat.
She's older than me, but she's the youngest at her place. So
Yeah.
she's never questioned about anything.
That's cool. Moving
So
on.
never have I ever dined and dashed, like eaten somewhere and didn't pay and just left the place.
I mean, if it's the blogging wala thing, then yes. Uske alawa, no.
Okay. But that was honest, you know. But that's why you call there, right?
Yeah,
To review
so-
things.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're there to review, then we don't pay. But
No, of course.
uske alawa nahi.
Okay, so this is about blogging. So never have I ever copied an idea from elsewhere.
Oh.
There's a difference between taking
Yeah,
inspiration
like-
and there's a difference between
Ah,
copying.
Copy.
Copy.
No.
If there's a trend, you're following it, that's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
else.
No, but for example, somebody told you, okay, you know, next week this is something which I am going to blog
No,
about.
no.
That
And
is
then
true.
you already took away the idea. I mean, this happens in television quite a lot. You share one idea, this is the show I want to do, and the next day somebody else is doing
If you're
that.
not yourself, people won't buy it.
Yeah,
That
people
doesn't
can
work
tell.
on the
People can
internet.
tell.
All right, people can tell.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
it.
everyone is pretty intelligent out there.
Yeah. One more, last question. Go ahead.
Okay,
Shizan.
last question. What was it? I actually thought about
Okay,
it. Do
so
you have one?
never have I ever spent a night in a police station.
That's true. You know, it's actually something very interesting. I'd like to, for the sake of it, for the experience, but I've never had the chance to.
Oh, thank God, you know, because you never wanted to go there. Then.
That's
please
true, I
don't do
guess.
that. You know, and for all those kids who are out there, please don't try that, even if it's on your fantasy list.
Ah.
All right, but thank you very much. You guys played very well. I'm very sorry we don't have gift hampers, but we'll offer you a cup of
You
tea
all win.
afterwards. But now, you know, some very basic questions for people out there who actually want to do that, because I've seen quite a lot of young people, you know, 9, 10 years old boys or girls, they're on YouTube and, you know, they're vlogging and they're blogging and whatnot. How do we actually set up a blog? This is one basic question which we need to put out there as well so that people can learn.
I think Himal talked about it first. That blogging is literally just, it's not about glamour at all, right? So blogging is a huge responsibility, which comes up with a lot of research, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to set up a blog, pick up your niche, pick what you're good at, not because it's, you know, it's trending, so I have to do it.
Right.
Pick up something that you're really good at and then do a lot of research. I think we planned for it for almost a year, right? And then we started when we thought we can, you know, we can actually build a brand out
And
of
we can
it.
manage our time, to be honest.
Exactly. So because it is really time taking. It's not like you're on the phone, you're eating and you're blogging. It's not like that, right? So I think first thing that you need to do is to build a brand identity. So when you know who you are, what you're going to talk about, then you can, you know, actually convince people, influence people. It's not just, you know, you have the products, you have fancy clothes, so you can just go post pictures and people are going to follow. And no.
You're so smart. I'm so proud of you. Anyway, moving on to Hafsa and Hira, I have a question for you both. Hamna, you can also answer this. Was it hard explaining to your parents what your job is?
Actually, no. Alhamdulillah, my parents have been very supportive of this entire thing. It wasn't hard to explain it to my parents, but it has been extremely hard explaining to your extended family.
Oh, right.
Because,
right.
you know, your parents, my dad literally takes us everywhere. He's been with us on the shoots we do. If it's blogging or whatever he is, he's with us. But the other family, they don't understand. For them, it's the same old thing that it's modeling and it's not blogging. My parents have been extremely supportive of that.
And what about you?
But why do we even have to worry about when we say that to extended family?
No, I don't worry about it. If
Yeah.
I did, I wouldn't be here.
All
And I
right, so
wouldn't
people
know
out there, you know,
We live
never
in a
mind.
society where we're connected to so many people. You can't just ignore them. you know?
Chachi, khala, pata nahi kaun kaun hai.
Exactly. So
Yeah, go
Hafsa,
ahead.
As long as I can remember, you know, I always look up to my parents, and they have supported me from the start, you know, from
That's
the YouTube
nice.
start, they've always supported me. Like, they watch my YouTube videos,
Wow.
and yeah, they're more excited than me, actually.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing. But I so wanted, because everybody, when they're on television, whenever we ask you, or them that what about the support system? Oh, it was very good. It was very fantastic. So the original story never comes out.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know why.
but I think
Was it
Hamza,
always like this for you?
So for me, the thing is that my husband was in content creation for the past 7 years. He's one of the veterans of the industry.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So because of him and because we were already family friends, so my family understood content creation. Everyone in my family understood what it was.
Yeah.
And then and I only started doing it after मेरा निकाह हो चुका था. So I was married to him. So it was for me, I think it's sort of a privilege and that I had the support from them. But I feel like, I mean, I'm lucky in that aspect. I'm sure that for a lot of people, they really have to, kind of have to make their family and people understand that it's something.
Yeah.
What about you, Fatma?
I think talking about my parents, yes, it did take time to make them realize.
Your mom still doesn't understand.
Yeah, it does take time to make them understand because it's really new. Blogging is really new. So when you post a picture, a lot of people come up to you and say, oh, so you're an Instagram model, so you're a model, so you wear clothes. So yes, it does take time, but now that it's getting bigger, and now I think I've reached to that point that my parents understand all of it, like what I do, like what do I have to do to get there. So yes, they do understand it.
Okay, so this is amazing. Now, one more thing for all those parents who are out there who, inshallah, in future will be helping their kids with blogging and vlogging and whatnot. How much cost is generally involved in doing all of this? Does it take quite a lot? Because kids these days, they might not have an idea of what they're going to do, but they might make their parents spend quite a lot of money, which is not even required. So any piece of advice for all those parents who are out there, look straight into the camera, talk to them. Go ahead, one by one.
All right, so when your kid is just beginning, don't just, shut them down because you don't understand the idea. Just, talk to them. I think the first key to understanding your kids is literally just talk to them. Make them explain themselves and try to be a little more accepting, I guess. So yes, if they ask you for money because they have to buy a certain product, yes,
give it to them.
Give it to them, please, let them.
Okay, Hamna, what about you?
Just like Fatma said, I think it's very important. Communication is a very important part, especially in a parent-child relationship. Give your children the chance to communicate what they actually want to do. And another thing that I want to point out, you can support them when it comes to money, but I feel like kids generally need direction as well. So not direction in the sense that you tell them what should they be doing, but actually help them find what is their forte, what is their passion, and that is actually what's going to help them make a blog that is everlasting, that has a long-term influence. And I think when your parents help you guide, you can actually find what you're truly passionate about. So I think parents can play a huge role in helping kids.
They do. All right, moving on.
Hafsa?
Yeah, as Hamna said, communication is very important, and like support them, and you just don't need like a DSLR to film videos. Like I mostly film my videos from a phone, so yeah, you can start with basic and just help them.
Ah, cool.
And Hira on behalf of Hair and Hem.
They've said all the communication wala bit, and what she said, I completely agree. For a blog, you need passion, you need story, and you need creativity. You don't need an equipment. When we started, we didn't even have a camera. We didn't have anything. Slowly, you pave the way. You get money. You buy your equipment.
Amazing. Thank you very much for joining us. It was wonderful being in conversation with such amazing, young, talented people from Pakistan, and making Pakistanis proud across the globe as well. Thank you very much. All the best for your future endeavors. It was great to have you.
Thank you so much.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we need to wrap up. But is there anything, Shiza, you want to say?
I just want to tell you guys to stop being mean, just start being nice to each other, and just stop hating. Don't be a hater. Is there anything you want to say?
Exactly, that's what it is. But the only thing which I want to say is that, ladies and gentlemen, it's always about being true to your own self, being true to your own passions. Because, once if you're in something which you wanted to do, you'll always find yourself to be very true to that particular thing. Just do not listen to if people say it, because that's conventional thinking, or be an engineer, be a doctor, whatnot. People these days who are blogging, who are vlogging are earning more than them. And if you want to challenge me, please do write to us on our Facebook fan page, which is with the name of
World This Morning.
On Twitter.
World This Morning -G.
And on Daily Motion and YouTube.
World This Morning.
And the fabulous repeat's going to be at
11:05 in the night.
All right, so look after yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3.
Good morning.
morning.